One thing I always say is work smarter, not harder. If you aren't using the Solo app, then you may be working harder. So let's change that. Download the app, link your accounts where you can manage your income, track your expenses, and project your taxes. Not only that, but you can plan by optimizing your time, make more, and even guarantee your daily pay with guaranteed earnings. Download Solo and begin to work smarter, not harder today. Link is in the description. All right, let's get back to it.
Well, let's move on. Let's talk about happy ending for a Lyft driver. I've had that happy ending.
Yeah, and this was another good one. Again, folks, you guys are my eyes and ears. You guys send me these. The process, the way it works is I respect each driver's situation as they are. The problem with the companies is they have millions of drivers. You're just not even a pebble in the sand, okay? But I respect your problem as your worst nightmare because I've been in your shoes. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get these things moving along so that before 50,000 other drivers fall into the same problem, we just nip it in the bud. We just get it done with. So this driver there were trips disappearing off his Lyft app. Like the trip would show up, he would accept it, and then the trip would disappear. You know, the poof, the magic poof disappearing trip act.
And it didn't even, it didn't show in
it didn't show in his records, nothing, right? So I go, hey, Lyft. And I have great friends at Lyft. Thank you, Lyft. Much appreciated, as usual. I said, hey, look at this. This is a serious problem. Okay. So long story short, Lyft got involved, higher ups. And trust me, folks, they do look into stuff. Okay. And this is the email I got from Lyft. It goes, hi, Sergio. We identified the ride in question with the help of the screenshot. Thanks. That's why we ask you to take screenshots. And when you send me something to look into, my only proof is what you have, right? And that's a screenshot. And it appears we removed the driver from the ride because our systems identified they were not making progress towards the pickup. From the driver's email, it sounds like they were making progress and fully intended to serve the ride. And if you guys have been following this story for a couple of weeks, this driver accepted the trip because he was on his way. He was already on a trip with another passenger. Long story short, the trip disappeared. And he was bummed because it was a good trip going to his direction. And this is, so like we're making and intended to serve the ride. So I think our model erred here. So that means they're accepting that was a glitch, something went wrong, right? This is from Lyft to me. This is an isolated case, not a trend impacting many drivers. We'll take that with a grain of salt. But we're looking into the date to see how we can better prevent it happening in the future. I also had our support team reach out to the driver with a $20 remediation. Thank you, Shane. See, this is what we can do. I have the contacts. Now, don't send me every little cancellation fee not receiving, because you just need to move on that thing. And then I just got this from the driver who was, done wrong. Thank you so much, Sergio and Chris, for fighting for rideshare drivers and being such strong advocates for us. The work you're doing for the rideshare driver community is truly making a significant difference. Yes, I did receive the $20 bonus. I knew he received the $20 bonus before he got the $20 bonus in my Lyft account yesterday. And I did watch the YouTube video and Chris made it about the issue. And I watch all of you guys' videos on YouTube. So all I'm saying is I'm happy to do the work. I'm happy to do the heavy lifting. I need proof. I need screenshots. I have good friends at these companies and I call them friends. Again, don't shoot the messenger. I have to work with these people. Yes, they're evil. Yes, what they do is this and that. But then there are good people within these companies who really, really are looking out for the driver. And they trust me. They trust me that when I do send them something, they go, Serge. I go, look, this is bullshit. Let's end it. Well, there you go. So resolution, happy ending number 2. One on Uber, one on Lyft. So I'm glad to do it. I'm happy to do it for you guys.
The only thing, though, is that doesn't make sense out of that whole thing, because that was Lyft's explanation saying that they didn't. The system said that they weren't heading there, which he was on the highway, from what I recall last week. So you would be going towards the trip. You'd be moving forward anyways, unless there's like some sort of traffic jam or something. But correct me if I'm wrong, but when you are not heading to that trip, Lyft will send you a notification saying, our system is detecting that you're not moving the trip or moving towards the trip. So they give you a notification up front saying that.
Well, Uber does that too. When you like
though.
stop at a stoplight for too long, they go, everything okay?
Yeah,
Are you going? Are you moving? Things. Look, that's
where I don't understand though, is because it's like that should have popped up instead of it just disappearing.
Yeah,
so
well,
it does sound like it probably was just an error on their end.
Yeah.
Especially
Chris,
not getting some sort of notification.
Uber does 2 million trips or 1.5 million trips every hour. Lyft does over 3 million trips in 24 hours. Honestly, the system is so big. Honestly, like once in a while when I sit down and calmly think about it before, hatred comes over me, I say, I'm actually surprised that the shit works as well as it does. Seriously. At that scale?
Some of it, yeah.
At that scale? I mean, imagine taking 3 million steps walking somewhere. What tech company I mean, shit will go wrong,
right
and then we're happy to fix
it. Why is Uber disguising? They've been. If the ride doesn't get picked up, they'll just put Uber X.
But they got to do the thing and then send it to you as an exclusive. That's what they'll do. I mean, that's been going on forever. I mean, they're not disguising anything because the scumbag who took the trip the night before didn't show up. Now Uber is scrambling because they may be losing that trip, and they go like, boom, send it as an exclusive. Now the pricing may change. We have no way of knowing that because we don't know what the reserve pricing was versus the exclusive pricing is. But I've been doing that forever, and I would do the same thing if I was Uber, honestly.
All right, thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you get notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.